Good evening. Please take a seat so we can start the meeting. If everybody could try and find a seat so we can start the meeting, appreciate it. I'm going to call the meeting to order on April 5th at 6:30 p.m. We'll begin tonight's meeting with an invocation by Rabbi Michael Simon from Temple Beth Kadesh, and then I will follow with a pledge of allegiance to the flag, which I'll lead us in. If you'll please rise.
Mighty God, Master of the universe, we ask your blessings for our city, for its government, for its leaders and advisors, and for all who exercise just and rightful authority. May they administer all affairs of this city fairly, so that peace and security, happiness and prosperity, justice and equality may forever abide in our midst. Almighty God, bless our new mayor, our commission members, and all those assembled here with good health. Guide their deliberations, that they may govern this great city with wisdom, understanding, compassion, civility, and fellowship. May they constantly realize that in laboring for the enactment of just laws and policies and the betterment of our city, they are bringing honor to your name and blessings to humankind. May they come to their work with a vision of a stronger and better Boynton Beach, and may they always have the strength to lead our community towards that vision by their words, decisions, and actions. To be leaders is a task for which you were all called, and we pray that you have the wisdom, courage, and strength to do that, and let us say, Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can we have a roll call, please?
Mayor Jerry Taylor.
Here.
Vice Mayor Joe Casello.
Present.
Commissioner
Please
Justin
hold down
Katz.
the talk while the meeting's going on.
Commissioner Mac McCrae.
Here.
And Commissioner Mike Fitzpatrick.
Here.
We have a quorum. Thank you. Just so everybody knows, there will be a closed-door session at the end of this meeting for the commission with the city attorney, and he will give you the, at the end of this meeting, he will give you the details about that closed-door session. So at this time, we're going to move on. And the first order of business we're going to do is a presentation of a plaque to Michael Fitzpatrick, and I believe the Vice Mayor is going to do that for us.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
I say something now or later?
Let him say a couple words to you and then say whatever you like.
We have a plaque here for the city's appreciation for former Commissioner Michael Fitzpatrick. Michael and I sat up there together, and Mike and I have a bond. We're both former firefighters. We always didn't agree on everything, but I can say one thing about Commissioner Fitzpatrick is that his heart was always for the city of Boynton Beach. And I never have worked with anybody who's fought harder for his beliefs than Mike Fitzpatrick. And that is something you can always respect in a man. Mike always talked from his heart, and he always showed the respect that needed to be shown. So, Mike, on behalf of the city of Boynton Beach, this says presented to Michael M. Fitzpatrick in appreciation for your dedicated service as a District 3 Commissioner of the city of Boynton Beach, March 2013 to March 2016. Michael Fitzpatrick, thank you for your service.
Thank you. It's I came with a eyeglass case, reading glass case, but the glasses are still at the house. So this is gonna.
I offered my pink ones.
No, I saw that. I tried them. It still didn't help. But all right. Well, as Vice Mayor Casello said, I always pushed, and why stop now? It's been an interesting 3 years. Overall, rather because of the issues, I did not. It was rather tense because, Jesus, this is not going to. Well, see, did I have a clear? There was a lot of policies that I did not agree with other city commissioners because I believe where the city is going in 20 years and where I would like to see it go. All right, we'll give another shot here.
Chief Carter.
Chief, we're about on the same page. Currently the city is not quite going in a direction I want to live in 20 years. So that causes some issues. Secondly, the unfunded pension liability is turning the city into a zombie city, a term borrowed from zombie banks. Zombie banks were banks with doors open and customers were destined soon to fail. I am concerned the city is heading in that direction. Confronting this problem has cost me numerous 25-year friendships, the firefighters I worked with. But I know math. In my 50s, I passed 4 calculus courses, and after that, every course I took for a civil engineering degree was based on tricky math word problems with long formulas. You had to pick the right one and then plug and chug. The city is heading for a financial cliff. The firefighters and police refuse to accept this fact. The firefighters formed an alliance with the Haitian community of District 3 to defeat me, which rankles a little because from the day I was elected, I did what I could for the Haitian community. I joined the Sister Cities Board, went to Haiti for 5 days, spent many hours researching and writing a report on how to develop a fire department for Lacaille, and even donated $100 to dig wells in Haiti. But in the end, ethnicity trumps all. So my perspective is the firefighters and the Haitian community of Boynton Beach now own the unfunded pension liability issue. I am concerned my defeat will freeze the current commission into passivity and nothing will be done to fix the unfunded pension issue. When I woke up the day after the election, I realized if Jerry Taylor was reelected, everything I care about in Boynton Beach would likely be bulldozed. Jerry is a very nice guy and I have a lot of respect for him, but I believe the city has been led in the wrong direction. So I talked to my re-election team, and most got on board behind Stephen B. Grant. So did David Merker and Merker's supporters. I find I like being a campaign manager better than being a candidate or a politician. For my personal future, I'm going to fix up a couple of old homes, one in here and one in Maine, stay involved with the old high school, sober homes, and Saving Kids Kingdom. Campaign-wise, I were probably involved in county and the presidential elections. We learned a lot of new techniques in the 2-week runoff, and I believe that group will stay together. I may start building houses again. I'm not so sure I can count on my firefighter pension to the day I die. It was a great political journey. Is it over? Right now it feels like yes, but who knows? I may get some energy back and desire later on. Thank you. I really appreciate all those that supported me. And like I said, we need to stay involved. Thank you.
And like I said, whether you agree with him or not, Mike always speaks from the heart. Our next presentation is going to be given to our outgoing mayor. Mayor Taylor began his first term on the City Commission March 1995 and was again re-elected in March of 1997. Due to term limitations, he was unable to run in the March 99 election. However, he was elected in the November of 03 and again in November 06. Mayor Taylor was appointed to District 1, one vacancy when we were having a little issue with our commission in December 12th and elected again in March 13. As a public servant for over 20 years, Mayor Taylor led by vision, inspiration, and principles, giving the city of Boynton Beach a bright and prosperous future. Due to his dignity, hard work, initiatives, he leaves this dais as a legacy. Please join me in saying thank you, Mayor Taylor. I know that you and I sat next to each other up there in the dais on a personal note. we always didn't agree. We had some fundamental differences between us on some of our votes. But I will say this man is a class act. He acted with dignity and class in everything he did. And every decision he made, the heart of Boynton was in his heart. And I thank you for that, Mayor. I've learned a lot. You were my mentor for a period of time up there, and I truly, truly appreciate it. Mayor Taylor.
Just a few final comments I want to make from the dais here. First of all, I have a few thank yous to give. First of all, I want to thank God for my health. He's been very good to me. I want to thank my wife, Dolores, and my daughter, Jeannie, for their advice and love over the past years. Thank you. I do want to thank the residents who supported me in the primary and the runoff, and I know your hearts were in the right place. Especially want to thank the fire and the police department for their loyal support. I also want to thank the city manager, Lori Levere, for her just tremendous professionalism that she shows for this city and the hard work she puts in day after day. And Jim Sheriff, our attorney, the sound advice he gives us, and he has been doing it for a long time. I will miss you both, but I plan to at least stay in contact and chat with you. For our department heads and the staff, this city is so blessed for the workforce they have here. None of the things that the commission could do or be accomplished without the worker bees that we have in this city. They're the ones that make things happen. Also, the CRA, the director, Vivian Brooks, and her staff. Tremendous work, tremendous accomplishments through the CRA. You do outstanding work. I'm excited about the year ahead, the year and a half ahead coming up. Especially I want to thank Vice Mayor Casello and my fellow commissioners that you worked so hard in the things that were accomplished in this city. And I will just mention quickly four of them that I think are important that are coming up in the next year already in work. First of all, we'll be by the fall of this year, I think by the fall, if not by the end of the year, we'll have tied our two water plants together, which will mean that this city will have the water it needs through the year 2050. A great accomplishment to tie those two water plants together. Also, the heart of Boynton, the CRA and the city working together have made some good strides in the heart of Boynton. We've created some housing in there, new housing. The model block, we put police with their feet on the street in there with a substation, and there's more to come. There's already plans for more stuff working on in the heart of Boynton. In the downtown, if you can see, we already have construction going on to get our town up and running and make it vibrant for downtown. You see some construction going on. There's more already going through planning and zoning and being approved. So that downtown is going to become very active in the next year, 2 years. And then also the town square. This town square, the 16 acres around here, the building blocks and the planning have been put in place, and you're going to see things happen here. And the good part about that, I think part of that will be a new city hall down here and a new police station, which are sorely needed in this city. That's already in the process. So I'm excited about that, and I can't wait to see it to come to reality. Finally, I want to congratulate our newly elected representatives. I congratulate and wish them the best in your future endeavors here. Then I just close with talk a little bit. I've been fortunate. I gave service to my country for 26 years in the Air Force. I gave service to my county for 14 years as my county job. And I've been fortunate to have the opportunity to give 13 years into the city as the mayor. That's 53 years of civil service, which I'm so glad to have had the opportunity to have done that. What's next for me? Well, I tell you, starting Thursday, I'm going to spend 4 days watching the Masters golf tournament. Then after that, I don't know what the good Lord has in plan for me, but I'll be ready for it. And all I will say is, look out, world, here I come.
God bless you all.
I moved down or what?
Yeah, I think so. She's going to swear in.
I'm sorry, I should have announced that the next thing is to swear in our newly elected mayor, Mr. Stephen Grant.
Okay. I, Stephen B. Grant,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support,
that I will support,
protect, and defend
the
the Constitution and government of the United States,
Constitution and government of the United States,
the state of Florida,
the state of Florida,
and the city of Boynton Beach.
and the city of Boynton Beach,
That I am duly qualified to hold office
that I am duly qualified to hold office
under the Constitution
under the Constitution,
and laws of the state
under the state,
and the city of Boynton Beach.
and the city of Boynton Beach,
And that I will well and faithfully perform
that I will well and faithfully perform
the duties of mayor
the duties of mayor
of the city of Boynton Beach, Florida.
of the city of Boynton Beach, Florida. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Is it on? Hello? Yep. It's on. Okay. Well, thank you so much for everyone attending here today. First off, I'd like to thank everyone who helped support me, whether it be my first client, my family, my friends, and then everyone else that along the way. When I was talking to people that, hey, I'm running for mayor, the most comment I heard was, "Wow, you're too young to be mayor," and I was like, "No, I'm actually 33, and that means I'm in the middle of the current commissions." And that's, I think, what the city wants, is that we want a fresh face, a new change of where we're going. Like former Mayor Taylor said, we have he's presented the city with a legacy, and we're going to build on that legacy, and we're going to make a better Boynton Beach. And then people ask me, so when is it going to hit you that you finally are mayor? And now is it. So I might be smiling, and I am smiling. So again, thank you, everyone, and let's get the show on the road. Motion to selection of the vice mayor. So do we hear any nominations?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to nominate Commissioner Mac McCray.
I'll second that.
All right. Any other nominations? Commissioner McCray, would you like to say something?
I'm just going to wait till you vote, then I'll speak.
Okay. All right. Can we get a motion? Get a vote?
We can do a vote.
All right. Roll call. What was the?
All by saying aye.
All in favor?
All in favor. That's the word.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Commissioner McCray, you have the floor?
Yep, I need to be sworn in first.
Okay.
I, Mike McCray,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support, protect, and defend
that I will support, protect, and defend
the Constitution and government of the United States,
the Constitution and the government of the United States,
state of Florida,
state of Florida,
and the city of Boynton.
and the city of Boynton,
That I am duly qualified to hold office
that I am duly qualified to hold office
under the Constitution and laws of the state
under the Constitution and the laws of the state
and the city of Boynton Beach.
and the city of Boynton Beach,
And that I will well and faithfully perform
and that I will well and faithfully perform
the duties of vice mayor
the duty of vice mayor
of the city of Boynton Beach, Florida.
of the city of Boynton Beach, Florida.
Thank you, sir. Please sign.
Thank you. Thank you. Now I will speak. First of all, I want to say to the elected officials here in Boynton, I don't think this is really on. I do honor and respect your support. Thank you for nominating me. I do plan on doing the best I can for the city of Boynton. This is not my first rodeo around here as being the vice mayor, but, you know, we have new changes, new ideas. We're getting new employees. We're getting new administrative heads, and I'm just saying I'm here to work along with our mayor and the rest of the commissioners, and whatever might be said or done, Boynton, let's move forward. Thank you.
So, agenda approval, any additions, deletions, corrections? Commissioners?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mayor,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Wait.
just,
Sorry, yes.
I'll let you finish that. No, I just want to tell you about Christina, so the public
Okay.
knows.
Okay, so, Lori, do you mind talking
Yeah,
to us?
we didn't swear. Christina is Romulus is your District 3 newly elected representative. She was sworn in about a week and a half ago in the city clerk's office because she was 9 months pregnant and she's at home trying to have a baby. So she is not here tonight. Good reason. But we just wanted you to know she has been sworn in and so is officially in office as of tonight. And keep her and her family in your prayers.
Absolutely. And actually, there is one addition to the announcements. We have a new fire chief that we'd like to announce. So we'll add that as D. So.
Yeah, do you want me to do that
Mayor,
now?
I think we have to approve the consent agenda first. I think.
Oh, no, it's
Did approve consent, didn't we?
motion to approve the consent agenda.
Yes. I second
All
the
in
motion.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. And so, informational items by members of the city. Do we approve the agenda yet?
We have approved.
All right. Thank you. Next is informational items by members of the city commission. Commissioner Casello,
I have none at this time, Mr. Mayor.
Commissioner Katz.
Just that I attended a community forum for the proposed redevelopment of the Riverwalk complex on the corner of Federal and Woolbright at Sterling Village the other week. And I also met with the developers and their team from Isram Realty the other day as well.
Commissioner McCray.
Thank you,
Vice
Mr. Mayor.
McCray, I'm sorry.
Well, you have to get used to it. I don't go with the ties. But anyway, first of all, I'd like to say that I attended the employees' health fair. It was audacious. Staff, you did an excellent job. And also, I just wanted to let you know that I'm still making my 5 days a week at the senior center, enjoying everything. Thank you.
All right. And yes, as for me, I attended the Sterling Village presented by Isram Realty, and I think that's about it. Yep. All right. So announcements. Is Mark E. Bannon in the audience? Yep. Okay. So can you please approach the podium and have a presentation for us?
Thank you, Mayor, Commissioners. My name is Mark Bannon. I'm the new Executive Director for the Palm Beach County Commission on Ethics. With me tonight is Anthony Bennett, who's our Chief Investigator. Anthony and I have worked together about 3 years. I've worked for the Commission on Ethics all 5 years they've been in existence in several different capacities. I didn't realize that I was going to come out here on a day that you were so busy, so I'll try to make my remarks very quickly because I'm sure people are here for other reasons. First of all, we wanted to put some faces to the names in the Commission on Ethics. We're often confused with the Inspector General's office. And while I know John Kerry very well, I work well with him, and I have the utmost respect for him, we are not the Inspector General's office. We are a separate independent agency called the Commission on Ethics. And a lot of people look at us as the ethics police. That is one of our functions. We have a chief investigator, we have a second investigator, and we do investigate violations of the ethics rules. But we do a lot more important things and things that mean more to our office. Outreach is one of them, which we're doing here tonight. We do all the training, either by videotape online or in person. I did a training in Manalapan this afternoon in person. And that's really the important things we do. Because what we've discovered over the 5 years that we've been there is well in excess of 90% of the violations that we do sustain aren't based on people attempting to get around the rules or trying to get something they're not entitled to. They're based on people not understanding the rules. And we take that very personally because that's our responsibility. So we just want to take a couple minutes to come out here and meet all of you, to welcome you, all the new commissioners and the mayor, and to tell you that if there's anything you need from us, if you need extra training, if you need training at an odd hour, I have done ethics training at midnight before firemen have gone on duty. I have done it at 5 o'clock in the morning before sanitation workers have gone out. We will set our schedule to what you need. That's our job. So if you need anything from us, particularly training, don't worry about the time of day or night. We'll come out. The other thing is advisory opinions. We have on our website an entire array of advisory opinions covering a lot of different subjects. In fact, we have just under 400 of them. There is a very good chance that if you have a question on whether an ethics rule applies, you might be able to find it there, and it's fairly easy to navigate because it's by subject. But if you can't, we are a small staff of 5, but there is always someone available. If you need help researching ethics opinions, we're there to help you. When we do research, we also look at the Florida ethics opinions. Although we can't give advice on them, we at least advise you that they exist on this area. So the bottom line of all this, and I'm going to let you get to the real work, is we're here to help you, and by all means use us. Oh, the last thing I want to say, we're paid by ad valorem taxes. That's how our office exists. There is no payment other than tax payment. So whether you use us a lot or use us not at all, you're still going to have to pay us. So please use us. That's what we're here for. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Proclaim April 10th to the 16th, 2016 as National Library Week. Craig Clark, Library Director, will accept the proclamation. So, proclamation. Whereas libraries have long served as trusted and treasured institutions, and library workers and librarians fuel efforts to better their communities, campuses, and schools. Whereas libraries are evolving in order to serve their communities and to continue to fulfill their role in leveling the playing field for all who seek information and access to technologies. Whereas libraries and librarians open up a world of possibilities through their innovative STEAM program, maker spaces, job-seeking resources, and the power of reading. Whereas libraries and librarians are looking beyond their traditional roles and providing more opportunities for community engagement and deliver new services that connect closely with patrons' needs. Whereas libraries support democracy and affect social change throughout their commitment to provide equitable access to information for all library users regardless of race, ethnicity, creed, ability, sexual orientation, gender identity, or socioeconomic status. Whereas libraries, librarians, library workers, and supporters across America are celebrating National Library Week. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Stephen B. Grant, Mayor of the City of Boynton Beach, proclaim National Library Week, April 10th to the 16th, 2016. I encourage all residents to visit the library this week and explore what's new at your library and engage with your librarian because of you, libraries transform. Thank you. Huh? Okay. This is our. All right. And who's have Glenda Hall in the audience? Proclamation. Whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day be set aside for the planting of trees. And whereas this holiday, called Arbor Day, was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska. And whereas Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world. And whereas trees can reduce the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, cut heating and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife. And whereas trees are a renewable resource, giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and countless other wood products. And whereas trees in our city increase property values, enhance the economic vitality of business areas, and beautify our community. And whereas trees, wherever they are planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal. Now, therefore, I, Stephen Grant, by virtue of authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Boynton Beach, Florida, hereby proclaim April 6, 2016 as Arbor Day. In the city of Boynton Beach, I urge all citizens to support efforts to protect our trees and woodlands and to support the city's urban forestry program. And further, I urge all citizens to plant trees to gladden the hearts and promote the well-being of present and future generations. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the city of Boynton Beach, Florida, to be affixed this 5th day of April in the year 2016. And tomorrow, as at Arbor Day, I think it's at 9:45, we're having a special presentation at J.C. Park.
Okay, while the mayor's getting seated, we have some more good news. As many of you know, our former fire chief, Ray Carter, retired on us back in January, and we have been conducting a search and interviewing for a replacement for Chief Carter. And I've made a selection, and Mr. Glenn Joseph is here tonight. And Glenn, come on up to the podium. He brings to us from Boca Raton. Glenn has served the city of Boca Raton for 29 years in the fire service. He must have started when he was 10. No. Most recently, he's the deputy fire chief in the city of Boca Raton, and this was a great opportunity presented to him. His background, he brings a master's degree in emergency management and administration, a bachelor's degree in organizational management. He served as a registered nurse and was a trauma nurse at Delray Medical Center for years. He's also an instructor and has been since 1984 or 94 with the National Fire Academy. He teaches the chemistry stuff. Wow. All the hazmat chemical type stuff when I was chatting with him, which was amazing. But I just wanted to have an opportunity to introduce him to the commission and to the public. And Glenn will be starting with us on May 2nd. He rose to the top of a very competitive candidate pool. We did about 9 or 10 interviews, and ultimately our selection was Glenn, but that was not to say we did not have some all fantastic candidates. So we had some tough choices to make. I made this with our former fire chief came back. I dragged him back in to help me, as well as our HR director. So we sat as a panel to make this selection and feel very, very confident and are delighted to welcome you, Glenn. And you just want to say a word of hello, and we'll put you to work on May 2nd. You don't have to work just yet.
Well, I feel like a new guy today. Met a lot of people, all very interesting people. I'd like to thank Ms. Leverrier for giving me the opportunity to be here and to be part of the team at Boynton Beach.
There's some adjusting to do. Right.
We're gonna I spent most of my time down south, but I've always, it was interesting to me when I was thinking about this today how much we've intersected over the years. My fire instructor was from here, Boynton Beach. My paramedic preceptor was from Boynton Beach. And I've worked with Chief Carter for many years, teaching all over the state, many firefighters. So it's bittersweet that I'm ending up here. I'm excited to be here. The opportunities are great. I know about the passion that the firefighters that work here bring to the job every day. They're passionate about the city, about their community. I want to be part of that passion and take it forward if possible. Like I said, I'm very excited to be here. I'm looking forward to be part of the community, and I want to thank everyone that had the confidence in me to give me that opportunity. And I will always be proud of the fact that I'm becoming part of this very exclusive team. Thank you very much.
Up next is public audience.
Good evening.
Good evening. You have 3 minutes.
Oh, I know. You started it already, Jim. How come?
Stepped up.
Anyway, David Katz, 67, Midwood Lane, Our Fair City. Mayor Jerry Taylor, and he will always be known as Mayor Taylor, has given 13 years of unselfish service to the city. Also to his wife of 59 years, his children, his grandchildren, his country, his friends who love and respect him, myself included, and his faith. The bar has been set extremely high for anyone who follows him in office. I can say without question the respect that our city staff has for Mayor Taylor is without question. The respect that members of the business community have for Mayor Taylor is without question. The respect and admiration that for Mayor Taylor goes all the way through Palm Beach County to Tallahassee and on to those who represent us in Washington, D.C., and that's from both sides of the aisle. The foundation stones for a balanced success are honesty, character, integrity, faith, love, and loyalty. Jerry Taylor possesses all of them. The greatness of a man is not in how much wealth he acquires, but in his integrity and his ability to affect those around him positively. That is Jerry Taylor, and he's my friend, and I appreciate him. Thank you.
Good evening, Suzanne Ross, Schoolhouse Children's Museum. First, on behalf of the Board of Directors and the museum staff, thank you, Mayor Taylor and the Commission, for your support of the museum. And congratulations to Mayor Grant and Commissioners Katz and Romulus on your election. We at the museum look forward to working with you and continuing to be a bright light in this city. In the update department, activity at the museum has been humming, particularly with spring break. When comparing March of 2015 to the past month, the museum saw a 21% increase in visitation. We welcome visitors from all over the U.S., as well as South America, Europe, and Canada. This past weekend was the museum's third annual Princesses and Superheroes event. We were thrilled and awed with the attendance and pleased to report that nearly 1,000 people attended the event.
Wow.
They came from not only all over Palm Beach County, but from Southwest Broward. They also came from Martin County. One family came from Lake Wales, a 2 3/4 hour drive one way to the city of Boynton Beach. Thank you to everyone who came out and to the volunteers who made it possible. A special thank you to the CRA for their assistance in promoting the event, and to our local police and firefighters, who were most gracious in interacting with the children and serving as our real everyday heroes. As always, we have lots of activities going on at the museum and coming up, including Fabulous Fun Friday. This Friday is Rainbow Day, and Teddy Bear Picnic later this month. Two more important museum fundraisers are on the horizon. Saturday evening, April 23rd, is the Schoolhouse Bash, featuring an evening of fun, food, libations, live music with the party dogs, and exciting auction items. Tickets are on sale now. And finally, May 3rd, the museum will be participating once again in The Great Give, a 24-hour online giving event led by the Community Foundation of Palm Beach County, the United Way of both Palm Beach and Martin counties. It's designed to raise as much money as possible in the spirit of giving as a collective effort for the nonprofits in our community. Every local gift will be multiplied with additional dollars from a bonus pool raised by the Community Foundation. As always, we invite you to come play with us, where learning is an adventure. Thank you.
Suzanne? Suzanne, I just want to add that special thanks to you and your staff. When I first got elected up here, that the Children's Schoolhouse Museum was in some serious financial difficulties, and we didn't know if it was going to stay there or stay open or not. And you turned that, you've turned it around 180 degrees, I might add, and it's now prosperous. It's growing every year, it seems like, and you should be commended, you and your staff, for that. So I thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bless the Lord, and to God be the glory. Minister Bernard Wright, CEO and President of Bernard Wright Ministries and Robert E. Wells Foundation, 713 Northwest 2nd Street, Boynton Beach, Florida. I'd like to know if anyone here from the 2nd District, out of the heart of Boynton Beach, from Railroad Front to Cherry Hill, from 9th Avenue to 13th. Does anyone live here? Does anyone reside in this area? Well, this is the heart of Boynton. The CRA was established especially for this blighted area. But I'm one here that represents my people down there. You might not know who I am, but the lights there now where you just spent $30,000 are on because of me, by the grace of God. You can walk around now and the limbs don't hit you in the face thanks to Mr. Living Good, but by me, by the grace of God. You have a water fountain for 6 years. They couldn't even drink out of the children can, not the Calcium Center, by me, by the grace of God. And other things that I do, especially at the pre-K down there, where the parents don't get wet foot no more when it floods. Potholes are filled. They have new carpet, and they don't have to rattle the door no more. They have doorbells. But I'm in the interest of the children. But my grandchildren out there with no streets today. And I just want to say, I want to thank you all for removing that wording down there in the substation, Boynton policing program, because of the connotation, and it's negative, and I thank you for taking it under advisement, and now it's neighborhood officers program. We don't have an outlet, a media outlet in Boynton, especially for the African American community, but I am on radio now on WMQGFM.com, the BET of internet radio on Friday nights from 9:45 to 10 p.m. Anytime you want to hear anything going on in Boynton, I am live on Cherry Hill or out of my office in my house. You can hear that, and you will get to know what's going on. I thank you also for taking advisement when something especially happening in Boynton that we need to know. You'll put it on the water bill now. I would ask that y'all give me a budget and some other people to watch over this budget so we can create something in the heart of Boynton that I know from a historical point that would engage our children so they don't get caught in the street. I'm watching grandchildren of mine right now in high school out there doing some real serious stuff. You hear me? But I'm out there in my ministry because my ministry's in the street, so I'm out there all day. I'm exerting energy all the time. I have a great ministry, but I'm going to tell you something about this city and about this city betterment. You're talking about the betterment of Boynton, but you can't have a betterment of Boynton unless you know its historical character. Do you know the history of Boynton? Well, I do. Robert E. Wells is the pioneer of this town, and every February the 7th is Robert E. Wells Day, but by the grace of God, he's now been proclaimed, and the African American history is now known, honored, and recognized in this city. I thank you all for giving me that approval. There's a historic research project going on that's ongoing now. We're trying to have Robert E. Wells memorialized down that street, which was originally Wells Avenue. Ponciana was established by him. He'd done a lot of great things. That street, Martin Luther King, was Wells Avenue. The first church, Greater St. Paul, was established by my great-grandfather and other Bahamians. We would like that history to be known. There's not a history book that has been written about Palm Beach County or Boynton where we have African Americans in it included. To God be the glory. I would ask for my mayor to work along with me in these next 3 years. To our mayor. Bless you.
Thank you.
And I thank you for your dialogue.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tom McClure, and I reside at 2004 South Federal Highway here in Boynton Beach, Florida. Before I get into my remarks, I'd like to thank Mayor Taylor for his excellent job in our city and Mike Fitzpatrick for his job at District 3 Representative. I certainly appreciate everything both of you have done for us. I'm here tonight on behalf of the Boynton Intercoastal Group and the Boynton Coalition for Responsible Development. I'm further here to offer our collective congratulations, I think, to the new members of the Commission and to our new mayor. However, this may be one of those times you need to watch what you wish for, especially when you get it. Both BIG and BCRD want you to know that we look forward to working in partnership with the entire City Commission and assure you that the 5,000 residents associated with these two groups also look forward to being involved in upcoming city planning and development meetings, CRA meetings, and City Commission meetings. These two groups are offering to work in conjunction with you, individually and collectively, to help provide a better understanding of the concerns of your voting constituents, thereby avoiding the dreaded surprise factor. Because I'm sure we all understand that when it comes to city government, there are no good surprises. Transparency is the byword. I feel I speak for all or most all of the citizens of Boynton when I say we are at a crossroads of a life change for our community. These responsibilities have been passed on to you by the citizens of Boynton, and they, like myself, will be watching very closely as this new dawn breaks across our beautiful city. As newly elected representatives, I hope that you choose transparency over business as usual agreements with special interest groups. Basically, all I'm asking is you take the time to listen to us. For example, this past week, B Corps held a meeting at Sterling Village where over 300 individuals came out on a rainy night to share their concerns about a development of a 10-story building with 326 rental units on the southeast corner of Woolbright and Federal Highway. Those individuals there clearly represented that this was not something that they were in favor for. Yet the project is fast-tracked.
Tom, thank you.
Thank you, Stephen.
All
I
right.
appreciate that.
We'll be here in 2 weeks.
Oh,
Can I
Tom,
talk on my way out like the other gentleman?
No, no. Harry, before you speak, I need to address Tom. Tom. Tom.
Yes, Mr. Vice Mayor.
Sir, I do appreciate you for setting the record straight because the emails that we got said it was 400. I do want to thank you for saying 300. Thank you.
Absolutely, sir. Accuracy is a very important part of what we
Thank
do.
you.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Harry Woodworth. Live at 685 Northeast 15th Place. I'm the president of INCA, Inlet Communities Association. First off, I'd like to, before I start, I'd like to thank Mayor Taylor for contributions to this community for 13 years. Frankly, I don't know how much scotch it took to do that, but I'll tell you, if it's been like the last 2 weeks, it's industrial quantities. It's tough, and you know we don't have to all be on the same page to appreciate the effort that the mayor's put into this town. And as you drive around it, it looks a heck of a lot different than it did in 1995 when INCA first started. The other thing is I'd like to congratulate, obviously, the new members of the commission, to new vice mayor, District 2 representative also. I guess the only other thing is I was at that meeting that Tom was talking about, and the thing that's lost in all of the press on that is the developer came to talk to us, talked for over an hour, and never once discussed the project. Didn't talk about how high the building was, didn't talk about how big it was, didn't talk about how many cars it parked. I mean, I've never seen anything like that. That was the biggest Hawaiian salute I've ever seen given to the citizens of this city, and it's totally unacceptable. So I'm hoping going forward, we don't do that anymore. You know, the developers, if you want to talk about the project and citizens come out on a night, I picked 3 people up that couldn't get out their front door because of the flooding to come over there from our communities, and the man didn't talk about his project at all. And I mean, he basically laid it all at the city's feet. The city made me do all this stuff. That was just ridiculous. So maybe we can do a little better with our developers, and maybe we can actually be listened to on some of this stuff. That's all we're looking for in the future. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Bradley Harper. I reside at 2004 Embassy Drive in West Palm Beach, Florida. I am here today for 2 reasons. Number one, I want to thank the past Mayor of Boynton, Mayor Jerry Taylor, Commissioner Fitzpatrick, for their service to the community. But I also want to congratulate this commission, your new commissioners, Commissioner Katz, Romulus, and your new mayor, who's a fellow attorney, Stephen Grant. I'm here on behalf of the Blueprint Leadership Program and the Cunningham Bar Association. But lastly, I hope to share with you today and on a future date that I am a candidate to be your county court judge for Palm Beach County Group 15. Thank you. It's a countywide election. I love and care about this community. Congratulations to this community for your recent elections. And I hope that I can earn your respect and vote as we approach August 30th of 2016. Again, Bradley Harper for County Court Judge. Harper will work harder. Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Pastor Richard Dames, Hopewell Missionary Baptist Church. I'm also the president of the Boynton Beach Coalition of Clergy, 239 Northeast 12th Avenue. First, let me extend my sincere appreciation to our outgoing mayor, Mayor Taylor. Thank you for your service down through the years. Commissioner Fitzpatrick, thank you just as well. Also want to thank the Boynton Beach Police Department in their efforts to assist the Coalition of Clergy in our campaign for the Souls to the Poll. Mayor Grant, congratulations. Vice Mayor, congratulations. Commissioner Grant, congratulations. As we move forward, please know that the coalition will continue to pray for our city officials, that you will understand the responsibilities that lie upon each and every one of you. It is our sincere prayer that you would continue to work with the coalition of clergy. We are a major stakeholder in the city of Boynton Beach, and especially in District 2. It is also our prayer that we will get some development in the heart of Boynton District 2. We have received some things, and for that we say thank you. The residents, they want more, they deserve more. So please, I'm asking you, consider the residents. These were the people who elected you. These will be the same people who will hold you accountable. Thank you, and may God bless you all.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Ray Whiteley, and I represent the organization Black Vote Matters. First of all, we would like to welcome the new mayor, commissioners to the dais. We would also like to thank Jerry Taylor, Mike Fitzpatrick, and David Merker for their service. We want to thank them for their sacrifice in the spirit of making Boynton Beach a better place to live, work, and play. We also want to thank all our partners in the fight to increase voter turnout in local election, especially in the African American community. SEIU Union, Boynton Beach Coalition of Clergy, Susan Booker, and the Women League of Voters. I'm excited to see a mobilized and energized community who, by the voter turnout in Boynton Beach election 2016, believe that local politics is just as important, if not more important, than national politics. Who the mayor is and who the commissioners are, in a lot of ways, is more important than who the president of the United States is. So even though it's fun to get caught up in the national election in November, it is more impactful to get caught up in your local election here at home. I want to remind the voters in the audience tonight that there is plenty work to do and plenty people that we need to pay attention to. This goes well beyond being a part of the festivities of the campaign season and all that came with it. It goes beyond being motivated by the speeches they gave and debates we attended. This goes beyond the visit to our houses of worship and private meetings we had. It goes to our duty in not only to make sure that our community voted, but also to make sure that our vote is making an impact and improving the lives of those within our community. How do we do that? We act. We act by keeping pressure on our officials every day, every week, every month, until the next election. We call their office numbers, we leave them messages, then we call tomorrow and leave the same messages. Except this time from our brother, and then the next day from our sister, and so on and so forth. It is called holding them accountable. These are the people who voted you in, and are the same people that will hold you accountable. I will close by reminding you of a quote by a great theologian, Black Vote Matters political organizer, and my friend, Alex Ringer. The power is in the people, not the people in power. Thank you.
My name is Herb Suss, 1711 Woodfern, Boynton Beach. I want to thank Jerry Taylor and Fitz, fellow green person, for their service. I'm a member of the CAC that the city appointed me to, and you can check me out and talk to Lori about my organization. I represent all Palm Beach County at the CAC. It's a Climate Action Coalition. This is not speaking for myself tonight, as I do almost every time on climate change, and I hope the people up there, the new people, get marching to the drum and get to the governor who doesn't believe in it. By 2030, extreme temperatures linked to climate change, this is something new, not only rising seas, I do my research, could cause an additional 11,000 people deaths in the U.S. Ragweed pollen season, now 27 days longer than in 1995, leading to more asthma episodes for children and wildfires, increasing ozone levels, and mosquitoes and tick-borne diseases. That's part of climate change. Like the West Nile virus, Lyme disease, are moving north. More violent rainfalls will lead to more flooding, more runoff, and more contaminated drinking water. Very important. The report by the government scientists and the federal agencies, they expect by 2030 a cumulative rise in the average of 3 to 4 degrees Celsius. That's pathetic. And even larger extremes in storms. Children, the elderly will bear an increased health burden from the climate change of heat. And this is not even, I'm not even talking about water increases. By 2100, the prediction is an additional 27,000 deaths. Now, the way water is coming in from the North Pole, it's going to be from 3 to 6 meters, maybe by 2060 or 70. I won't be around for it. I'll be up at 441, pushing up grass in a veteran cemetery. But basically, I hope you new representatives for this city, I don't want to see oceanfront property come in too soon. And you got to watch the building on the water, on the intercoastal, because there's coral, and water gets into coral, and it's going to seep up, and the houses are going to collapse. And woe to be us with insurance. I hope you guys up there do something, and it's got to be done. It's got to be from the city. We're sister cities with Delray and Boca. And I hope that, and I will be up here pushing you. Thank you very much, and lots of luck to every one of you.
Thank you.
Mike Fitzpatrick, 175 Southwest 2nd Street. What I'd like to discuss is the unfunded pension liability. For firefighters, these numbers are all from the GRS, Gabriel, Rhodes, and Smith and Company Consultant and Actuary reports. They put them out. This is from October 1st, 2014, for firefighters, police, and general employees. For the unfunded liability for fire is $44.5 million, for police $37.6, for general employees $34.2, for a total of $116.4 million. The normal payments, normal cost for current employees for fire is $2 million, for police $2.2 million, and general employees $1.6 million. This is what it takes to pay for employees who are currently working so they would have a pension, and that totals $5.8 million. Now, the unfunded liability comes from past mistakes, and for fire, it is $2.8 million, for police $2.5 million, for general employees $5.2 million. So that total is $10.5 million per year. So the City of Boynton in 2014 paid out $16.4 million in pension payments, and out of that, 10.5 was not necessary if prudent fiscal policies had been followed. So to put that in perspective, that 10.5 million works out to 203 million per week. So it's been 3 weeks since the election, so that is the city's paying out $600,000. Now, another way of looking at that would be 2 years of lease payments to save the old high school. So this money being lost to the city is mainly going to Wall Street, and I hope the City Commission will fix it. One way of considering doing that is pension obligation bonds, which could cut the payment in half, so you would have an extra approximately $5 million in your general fund to pay for it. There's problems with pension obligation bonds. Mainly it's treating the symptom, and you have to address the structural problems underneath. But that would be a little public audience speech for another day. Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Alex Bach. And
Can you state your address for the record, please?
9604 Eau Claire Ranch Road.
Thank you.
So, I was reading an article in the Wall Street Journal this morning about longhand note-taking versus students who take laptops to class. And although the old-fashioned way of writing it out by hand was slower than the technology of the laptops, those students fared better on the tests. My goddaughter was born 3 days ago, and she's perfect. She has her mama's smarts and her daddy's savvy. So I've been thinking a lot about education in the past few days, because I'm wondering how my goddaughter can receive the same stellar public education that I received, that I was granted right here in Palm Beach County. I had computer labs in elementary school. I was blessed with 2 years at Dreyfus. I got 4 years in the International Baccalaureate program. And then Bright Futures, which paid for my university time. And all of it was free. Well, I mean, my parents paid taxes, and I probably have to thank some of you here because you probably also helped to fund my education, so thank you. So, Mr. Grant, I know you've been in office for like 10 minutes now. And I'm sure that we're going to be patient with you while you take time to fix all the problems. So, at this point, I'm just curious, because it's not time for pragmatic approaches yet. I'm just curious what your beliefs are about public education, about technology, about art. Those are just my thoughts.
Is that it?
Open-ended question.
Okay.
I'm just going to sit down so I can take notes.
All right. No, it's not going to be worth the note-taking. It's, the city does not run the public schools or the charter schools. However, we do have after-school programs. We have the Art Center, we have Azelle Hester Center, we have the library, we have the Carolyn Sims Center. So those are all, they're not necessarily free, but they're all competitively priced for everyone to do. And so I look forward to expanding those programs, to providing more opportunities. I believe last year we got a hack lab in Boynton Beach. which is a wonderful thing. I went there, I learned how to program a Arduino microprocessor, and they have drone competitions, so there's plenty of things going on in Boynton Beach, and I look forward to sharing it with all the residents, the parents, and the children. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Sonny Garcia. I reside at 1631 Northwest 3rd Lane. I'm Vice President of Rolling Green. You don't know me yet, but I guess you'll get to know me later. First of all, I want to thank you, Jerry, for 13 years of service. I want to thank Mike Fitzpatrick and Mr. Merker. I hope you hold up to your promises that you made when you were getting elected as mayor, because we as a people will be looking forward to see what you can accomplish and will accomplish. Also, I want to know what you want to do about safety for the people, the residents of Boynton Beach, since they had a killing about 5 blocks from here a few days ago. What do you plan on doing about keeping the citizens of Boynton Beach safe, and how are you going to go about it? And that's my main issue right there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Woodrow Hay, 427 Northwest 5th Avenue, Boynton Beach. It has been stated already the congratulations and tremendous job that our previous political leadership has done for us. I personally want to thank Jerry Taylor also for the 13 years. He's a friend and will always be a friend, along with Fitzpatrick and Merker. But I just wanted to say to you, transparency has been stated is one of the big things that you must keep in your mind. Having been a commissioner, having been the vice mayor, and having been the mayor, my hat's off to all of you. And I know that you can do a great job. I just wanted to extend myself to you that I've been around a couple of mango seasons. I do know a little something. And so anytime you want to bounce something off of me, I'm easy as a telephone call, or if you see me, I have no problem talking to you about giving you my opinion, which I'm sure that anybody else will too. But don't hesitate. I have confidence in you. I know you're going to do a great job because you have, look among you. There's a lot of people here tonight. And I just want to say to you all who came out tonight, don't make this your last time that you're here. At the next few meetings, the crowd gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And as our city leaders, they need input from us. What we have to say, help them to do a better job for us. And so I encourage you to come out and be informed. There's nothing more than hearing it for yourself with your own ears and giving our leaders the input that they need to make the right decision to make Boynton Beach the best city on this side of the Mississippi. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you.
Mark Harrow, Georgia 248 Main Boulevard, and it's always a pleasure to follow my favorite mayor. And I remember when I ran his campaign for re-election, and I loved it. At 7 o'clock, the polls closed, and at 7:01, we were celebrating because it was a landslide victory. I also want to thank Mayor Taylor, Mike Fitzpatrick, and former Commissioner Merker for their service. I will tell you that as my days involved with the CRA, I can tell you point blank that Jerry and I worked diligently on a lot of those things, as did Mike and Commissioner Merker, but I spent more time obviously working with Mayor Taylor than the other two. And we got results. Are we where we need to be? No, we're getting there. I wish to ask you to do a favor, and this is a suggestion, that when you get to the administrative and the appointment for the CRA advisory board to fill that regular position, that you would table it and allow for a couple weeks to vet the people that are going to be applying and do a thorough job of doing so, so that you get the best people. And I would really appreciate it if you would table that. To our new fire chief. When I worked in Boca, I can tell you this man does a great job, because I managed property in Boca for over 6 years while he was the deputy chief and other roles that he had. Believe me, deputy chief was just one of his many hats that he wore, and we're blessed to have him here, and I want to say congratulations, chief. And it's so good to see Ray Carter just kicking back and taking it easy. And Ray, I love the t-shirt, so you're looking great. To our new commissioners and our new vice mayor for at least the second time during his years of service. Yeah, it's right, 3 times now as vice mayor. I will tell you, new mayor, vice mayor knows proper protocol, knows proper order, and whenever you need to get something clarified, just look his way. He'll be more than happy to clarify it for you. I congratulate all of you, Commissioner Katz, Commissioner Romulus, and Mayor Grant. Please, please, read the master plan, read the comprehensive plan, listen to the staff. You have the best staff in the county. You have the best city manager in the county, and you have an award-winning CRA staff that every year for the last 6 years has won awards, not only state awards, regional awards, but also international awards. So please, listen to them, study. This thing with Riverwalk, if they had just read the master plan, if the developer had just read the master plan, he wouldn't have submitted 10 stories, because the master plan and that site plan calls for 7.5. So what I want you to do is read these things and learn from them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mike Brunson, 1004 Siesta Avenue. I congratulate everyone. Congratulations, Mayor.
Thank you.
Grant, Mayor Taylor, on your outgoing. I come, though, with grave concern for public safety. This past weekend was a deadly, deadly weekend for Boynton Beach. And I have concern. I came from the north back in 2010. And in less than 2 years, my house was burglarized. These are facts that are within our community and need serious attention. It's not unique to our town, and I know that. But when we start racking up the number of people in one weekend, and not just crime, but in motor vehicle accidents, I have concern. 6 bodies that I'm aware of in our town in less than a weekend. We have to address this problem. I don't know what the answers are. I put 37 years in law enforcement, yes. But there are concerns, and it worries me. And I'm quite certain it worries everyone else in this community. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Is there any more public audience comments? All right. Next is administrative. We have one applicant for the Arts Commission, and Commissioner Casella, did you want to appoint?
I think that's Commissioner Ramos.
Oh, okay. Well, it's okay. Then we'll
Mayor,
pass.
I'm going to offer motion to table.
Motion to table.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Motion approved. A motion to yep.
Approved it.
All right. Next goes the consent agenda. Note of my items being pulled. All in favor? Motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Consent agenda approves. Bids and purchases over $100,000. Proposed resolution number R16-050, approve the purchase of 120 X26P smart tasers from Taser International, Inc. of Scottsdale, Arizona, and enter into a 5-year purchase plan with Municipal Asset Management, Inc. of Golden, Colorado, with yearly payments of $23,821.03 per year for a total of $119,105.15 over the 5-year period as a sole source purchaser, and authorize the city manager to sign all required documents. Do we have anyone from the police to talk about the smart tasers?
Mayor, we certainly do if you have
All right.
some questions. Okay.
Yes.
Joe DiGiulio, Captain, Training and Standards Sections.
Okay.
Captain, before you proceed, I'm offer motion that we approve this.
I just had one quick question.
Second.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Not for discussion.
All in favor?
No discussion.
Now we'll have a discussion. Thank you. My quick question is, what makes these tasers smart?
They have 8 data points compared to the traditional 3. The traditional tasers that we used in the past, the M26 and X26, they would signal whether it was activated, how many times it was activated, and that's really all the data points you're receiving. The newer tasers will give us 5 additional data points to include whether it did strike, whether it was a connection, how effective it was, as well as if we go forward to body cams in the future, the smart tasers with smart batteries, of course, can communicate with the body cams as well as any in-car cameras. So there's a full integration with this new technology.
All right. Is there any other questions?
Yes, Captain, how many officers carry tasers? All the officers, all our uniformed officers carry tasers?
That's the goal. We try to have all the uniform officers wear it. Right now, we have 104 out there. Most of the officers have, except for the newer officers, probably within the last year to 2 years. If you got hired and you're on the street, you probably do not have a taser.
Is this a program we can work into with stages? Why? I mean, 120, that's a lot of money. Is that something we can bring in steps along with possible body cameras?
Well, you can certainly go in steps with this, and that's what we've been doing for the past. We've been using tasers for 14 years now. The issue becomes we have 104 tasers. 80 of them are the old versions that are now being phased out. The technology is not there. They're not replacing the batteries or other equipment. And the problem becomes we have not necessarily the highest technology out there that we could have. We've been roughly spending the same amount of money per year to just replace tasers that are old and need to be replaced based on that phasing out, whether they have to be repaired for broken tasers and just to add a few more. This allows us to basically spend the same amount of money over a 5-year period. It gives us budget certainty. Plus, by doing the 120 tasers all at once, it's about a $30,000 savings to the city as well.
And that 120 will meet our needs?
It would meet our needs. We'll be able to get every officer, to include the newer ones we just hired, all tasers.
And these new ones we just discussed will work in conjunction with potential body cameras?
If we go with the taser body cam, which is, there's obviously right now everybody's making a body cam, but it's definitely an option.
But would that limit us to, and that's probably a good question to ask, if we buy these particular tasers, obviously they have their own camera setup that would work in conjunction with them. Would we be pigeonholed into that type of body camera to work with these tasers if we went with this brand taser?
No, sir. We can go with any body cam we choose to.
Okay.
It just wouldn't communicate with each other, but that's not a done deal. We can still operate with any other body cam at this point.
Okay, thank you.
Captain, you said what I needed to hear you say. You said that we're saving about $30,000 going this route.
That's correct.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Motion to approve or?
Up for a vote.
Up for a vote? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Aye.
Thank you.
All right. So, seeing that there's no code compliance or legal settlements, there's no city manager's report, unfinished business, we are at new business. Proposed resolution and number R16-051, authorize the mayor to sign an interlocal agreement between the city of Boynton Beach and Boynton Beach Community Redevelopment Agency for the installation and maintenance of project improvements as described in the Solid Waste Authority's Blighted and Distressed Property Cleanup and Beautification Grant Program application and funding award.
So move.
Second.
Discussion? Does anyone have any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Proposed resolution number R16-052, authorize the mayor to sign an interlocal agreement between the City of Boynton Beach and Boynton Beach Community Redevelopment Agency, CRA, for the maintenance of the Northeast 4th Street parking lot. Motion?
So moved.
Second. All right. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Now, as for this next one, I motion proposed resolution number R16-053, supporting Palm Beach County and the School District of Palm Beach County's plan to enact a 1-cent sales tax to pay for needed improvements to public infrastructure, parks, public safety initiatives, and economic development, and to place a referendum on the November 8th, 2016 ballot for voter approval of such sales tax.
I'm going to offer a motion to approve.
I actually have a motion to table. Do I hear a second? All right. None?
Nope. I'd like to offer a motion to approve for discussion.
All right.
Second.
All right. Discussion.
Okay, first of all, I'd just like to let the citizens know that this is only something that we are just behind doing, but it's not approved until the citizens of Palm Beach County vote upon this. If they approve it, then this is when it will come to fruition. But just by us voting upon this tonight, this does not guarantee that we're going to approve this. Up to the citizens, and that need to be stated.
If I may, Mr. Mayor, as the Vice Mayor just alluded to, we're not voting on this. It's all this is doing is kicking it up to the next level and giving the voters, the citizens of Palm Beach County, the option. Either they want this or they don't want this. This is no more or less than somebody going around with a petition trying to get signatures so they can get on a ballot. That's all this is. Secondly, that if this does not pass, and depending how you feel about it, the county is going to end up increasing their millage or go out to bond, and our city here, or the cities, will get nothing. They will get nothing. And the school board is going to go with their own half-cent proposal. Now, I know there's been a lot of back and forth with the Cultural Council getting in on this 1 penny sales tax. Well, the good news about that is the Cultural Center has earmarked $105,000 for our old high school across the street to make it a cultural center. That's one of your projects that you had interest in, Mr. Mayor. So I'd be glad to hear that. And continuing, Boynton is going to receive, it's a 10-year program, and Boynton will receive approximately $3.9 million every year. And what that $3.9 million, it relieves the city manager a lot as far as our capital improvement projects. And the nice thing about this program, everything has to be listed, so you know exactly where your penny is going. There's nothing, no hidden agendas. Everything is out in the open. There are lists where the project can go online and get them. I have them right here, where your pennies are going to go for what projects and what they're going to do. And just to finish up, 30% of this tax is going to be paid by tourists in the Palm Beach County area. The people who come in, spend their monies here in our area. You know, I'm not going to give my personal opinion on this, but it's all we're doing tonight is asking this commission to kick it up to the next level and let the voters decide if they're in favor or not for it. Thank you.
Commissioner Katz.
I'll echo some of the sentiment of my fellow commissioners and vice mayor. If you pay attention to the different options that could be on the table in the future, you basically have no say in them whatsoever. If the county commission decides to bond it out, they will vote. It will be done. You will not have a vote. If the school district decides to put a referendum on there, you will have a vote, but not a single penny of that will come to Boynton Beach. So again, the idea here is that by voting for this resolution, we are giving you the opportunity to approve or disapprove of a potential tax, and that's not a common occurrence in terms of the amount of taxes that are passed by municipalities and state governments and so forth. So I think just personally, I'm in support of this resolution because it is for you, the voters, to decide ultimately whether or not you want to put forth additional sales tax dollars towards infrastructure and cultural projects. And I like the idea of adding some element of direct democracy to our local government, so I'm in favor of it.
All right. And the addendum shows that Boynton Beach would be getting 3.844 of that percentage compared to all the other cities. And in comparison, I think Delray is getting 3.3. So it's a combination of the population size of how much money we'd be getting. Like my other commissioners stated, that if we don't go forward, we may be paying more in county taxes and for the Palm Beach School District. So going forward, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So resolution passes. Proposed resolution number R16-054. Authorize the mayor to sign an interlocal agreement among Palm Beach County, the School Board of Palm Beach County, Florida, and the signatory municipalities pertaining to the shared distribution and use of the 1 cent local government infrastructure surtax. Motion to approve.
So move.
Second.
All right. Discussion.
As the mayor pointed out, the way that the funds will be distributed is based on population. So in that being the case, we stand to get what we deserve in terms of the distribution of revenues. So, again, I support this motion because I think this is as fair a deal as possible that our municipality could get out of it, and it could do a lot for our infrastructure and our needs for the coming years.
And then I spoke with one of the residents, and basically if someone spends about $50 a week in taxable goods, it would end up costing them an extra $25 for the whole year. So, all in favor? Any more discussion? All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution passes. Okay. Legal. We have a second reading. Proposed ordinance.
Thank you, Mayor. Ordinance 16007, an ordinance of the City of Boynton Beach, Florida, amending Part 2, Chapter 2, Article 5 of the Code of Ordinances entitled Code Compliance Board Special Magistrate, creating a new Section 293 Contingent Lien Encumbrance Settlement Program, amending Part 2, Chapter 2, Article 5, Code Compliance Board Special Magistrate, Section 285, criteria for lien reduction by adding a new subsection 4, providing for conflict, severability, codification, and an effective date. There is a slightly modified version of the ordinance on the dais in front of you this evening. If after the public hearing you wish to adopt the ordinance on second reading, I would ask that the motion be to adopt ordinance 16007 as amended.
Okay. Is there any public audience for this ordinance number 16-007? Seeing none. Motion to approve.
Motion to adopt as amended.
Second.
Do I need a roll call?
Yes.
All right. City Clerk, can we get a roll call?
Commissioner Katz,
Yes.
Vice Mayor McCray,
Aye.
Mayor Grant,
Aye.
Commissioner Casella.
Yes.
The vote is 4-0.
Ordinance 16008, an ordinance of the City of Boynton Beach, Florida, approving the annual update to the 5-year capital improvements schedule of the capital improvements element of the city's comprehensive plan, providing for conflict severability and an effective date.
Next, we have proposed ordinance number 16-008, second reading, public hearing. Approve the annual update to the 5-year capital improvement schedule of the capital improvements element of the city's comprehensive plan.
So move.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Seeing none. City Clerk, can we get a roll call?
Vice Mayor McCray,
Aye.
Mayor Grant,
Aye. Commissioner
Casella,
Yes.
Commissioner Katz.
Yes.
The vote is 4-0.
Mayor, at this point, we return to the one of the opening sections of the agenda, the closed door session.
Yes.
For the benefit of the public, the City Commission will recess into a closed door session that is not open to the public to discuss 3 cases: the the Boynton Old School Partnership versus the City of Boynton Beach case, the Gladys Cannon versus City of Boynton Beach case, and finally the Cynthia Fitting and Joseph Fitting. In attendance in the closed door session for the Old School Partnership case will be myself, the City Attorney, the Assistant City Attorney, Tracy DiCarlo, Lyman Reynolds, Special Counsel of the City Manager, and members of the Commission that are here. For the second case, the Gladys Cannon case, We will be joined by Mike Burke, Special Counsel to the city. And finally, for the Cynthia Fitting case, it will be myself, the Assistant City Attorney, Tracy DiCarlo, the City Manager, and the members of the Commission. The closed-door session will take about an hour to an hour and a half. At that time, the City Commission will return to close the actual regular meeting. We don't expect any of you to be here, but you're welcome to stay. We'll check and make sure that you're not here, in which case we will close the closed-door session in the conference room with the attendance of a court reporter. Thank you all.
Thank you.